All right. So it looks like my mic was off. Let me just kind of repeat some of the stuff that I was talking about earlier. What we're seeing here is a free fall in the market, right? And we are looking for a few levels. Globex is one of them at 424.50. The market needs to reverse it in order for us to start really getting aggressive on the long side. Uh, we have a couple of levels. One of them is 14,000, and the second one is 975. Those two levels need to hold as well. Um, this is literally how many one. Let's say one, two, three, four, five, six. You could call that one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So really, we are one. We're 1 to 2 days away. I mean, today and tomorrow are 2 days where you really truly need to see a reversal pattern coming into the market. And typically in Nasdaq they have a nine count, seven and nine counts, where the market it makes a move in any direction 7 days in a row, 7 to 9 days in a row. Then you're getting a counter trend. So we're not too far away from that. Today may be the exhaustion of this move lower, but this is an assumption, and we really need to see a lot of things lined up for us to really take on a counter trend uh, trade. And that takes us to the next step of this process, which is to kind of come in here. Hey, good morning, Nishan. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. We're looking at the 200 NT Rinko. So the 200 NT Rinko, we are at target number three. We reversed the 200 NT Rinko. So that tells me that the market, at least for this moment, is stabilizing. And what you want to see multi-candle move upward, and the reversals to stabilize with a higher low. This market has a lot of work to do to get back up. And if you are, you've been watching what we're talking about, look at this bad boy right here. What is that? That's a massive captain setup short. Happened overnight, and this thing did not see that level again. Good morning, Tamer. How are you? Welcome to the room. And in 478 and a quarter, the market ran down and then came and retested and flushed. So right now, this market right here needs to show us a whole lot of price stability before we start going on the long side. On the 100 NT Rinko, so the 100 and the 200 are in sync, and both are long right now, and you're getting that push. So the next target, if this price stabilize, is 231 and a half. So we're going to be looking at that level. Let's take a look here. Back to it. So yes, we need to see price stability. Good morning, Gary. Good morning. Good morning. We need to see that price stability. We need to see higher lows. We need to see the market basically ultimately for the day break that 410.75, 420. That is the level in which we are really looking for us to get really aggressive on the long side. That would be a reversal pattern and an exhaustive sell-off that the market put on. We are 7 days into a rundown, and typically 7 to 9 days, you get counter rallies or counter direction, counter trends. So today may be the day in which that will happen. We are looking for the 200 and the 100 in Tirinko to be in sync. Then we will look for opportunities to go on the long side. If you're looking at ES, we just put a captain setup switch trade early on, and that's a bullish signal right here. And we are about a minute away from the cash market open. So we a couple of things with the way the market is. I had one trade early on just to kind of, you know, talk about what we've done. So I went long here on a captain setup, and I added to it here and flatted that position. So here comes the market opening right now, and basically for the day starting off, I'm up $300 off that one decision on that captain setup. And let's start our day. And patience is the key today. That first half an hour of price action, literally, spend some time watching and learning the personality of the day. I'm gonna make five decisions in my head. Basically, I'm gonna make assumptions, five assumptions about the market behavior, and I'm gonna look for to see how well um, I'm connecting with this market. So they put a captain setup switch trade right here already, right off the bat. So that's the long signal, and you want to see that hold. And here comes the buying interest. So need to see pullbacks, and pullbacks are buyable right now against that to 145. So I'm gonna say 160 is a buy with a stop at 140. So let's see how that holds up and see how fanatic the market is. Yeah, so we're very close here. Yeah, it almost stopped me on that idea from 160 to 140. It's too frantic to actually put any measurable trades that are. So my target is 85 and almost got me out, but it's, that 40 held. So that's just the first trade that worked. So one assumption out of five is working. Okay, I'm a long at 80 if I can get there. Nope, no fill. This thing is gonna run, guys. This thing is gonna run. Let's go. There was a captain set up on the 100 NT Rinko. That's what I was talking about. So you had the low, you have a higher low with the captain setup. So the market stabilized right now. Okay, so now this zone right here is a zone of support for price action, and we are going to measure any long against these two levels. They're putting captain setup switch trade short right here. So now there's a little bit of selling pressure. One, two, three. If they bring it back up to the high, that'll be a captain setup switch trade on the 100 NT Rinko, and that will be a signal to go long. Obviously, we have to look at pullbacks to get involved. So they gave a short signal here with the captain setup switch trade. So one of our assumptions worked for big money. Then that's an actual signal, and that showed us a short. 23, 23, 23 is going to be a critical level. It's crazy, crazy town going on here today. It's a Monday. It's prudent for us to kind of be patient and just get the understand the personality. The market needs to protect 141. They're walking the market down against that captain setup switch trade. No need to get too active here. We don't have to pick bottoms or tops. Let the bottom be stable, and we'll trade against it if that is what the market is doing. Don't feel anxious that you have to jump in. All right, all right, all right. So they reversed it here. I mean, they're all over the place, guys. But that is how bottoms are made. All right. Really. Uh, a buy here at 205 has a stop at 80. Yeah, no. See, that's almost there. So I would say, well, I mean, we didn't even get to the 80. Wow. We came within a couple of ticks. So 205 to 80. See the volatility? 205 to 80. If we go up to, yep. The 80 is the stop. Okay, so they're going to stop it right here. Yep, they're stopping it. So I would say one of my assumptions worked, the one early, and this second one, which is the captain setup switch trade, worked. So two, and this one did not. So I have two assumptions working, and one of the assumptions did not, got stopped out. So we need to make one more assumption that works, and this is captain setup long, a buy here or at 210, and we're looking at 30. And we're looking at a stop at 80, actually 70 on that one. That's a little bit too wide of a stop, but this is the kind of personality that we're having here. Switch trade, we should go up there. 210. Here comes. Here comes the longs. Here we go. Okay, so that assumption worked. So we are three assumptions working and one did not. But what did we figure out of this experiment is the stops are wider than what I expect them to be. Because if I'm trying to measure my risk within 10 points, even 20 points, we're getting 30-point pullbacks on these price action. So today's behavior or price action, you almost have to kind of cut your size down and trade in a wider range than going, maximum amount of contracts at one point. I mean, just reading the personality of the day, that's what this market is showing us. So I'm clear to trade live now. So I'm in sync with this market. I just need to kind of reduce my size. First couple of trades, I'm gonna go to two contracts instead of five, and see how we perform. Come on, here we go. That's not what I want to see. So I'm going to have to go a little bit deeper here. Here we go. All right. Well, we picked up 5 points and breaking even on the next, and basically we got taken out. That's fine. That's a profitable trade. And another thing, they're slipping us. So I'll do another another trade for two contracts. Let's see how they're doing it. They're flushing and they're going up. But I'm gonna be tight with my stops, man. I mean, this is not a market where you can dick around and try to get cute with it and add in a like add too much in a range, because I mean this is a very flushy type of price action. So that trade that I just took, oh yeah, big deal. I guess made $67 on that one. That's no big deal. All right, let's just keep working. Let's just keep working. Let's keep working. So we're getting a rally in cryptocurrency as well. So there's a lot of signs that there is gonna be there's some bids showing up here. Okay, so one bad sign actually just happened here for the Nasdaq is we have this candle that just switched, so that is going to put a little bit of pressure on the market. So I'm suspending any idea of getting long. I need the price action to jump above 261 before we start entertaining any longs. It needs to clear this zone before we get involved in that. The smartest thing I could do today is patience. Be patient, very patient in this market. We're seeing them do a couple of things too. They're putting a captain setup short right here, then they put a captain setup long here. So they're tossing the price around this zone, and you want to see where that ultimately, if we break 212, that's positive. If they break the 160, you're going to see more pressure on this market. And right now, the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the short side. It's 8:45 for 15 minutes into the cash market open, and I'm gonna be selective. I'm gonna be patient, even if I feel like I'm in sync with this market. You know, I want to see more out of this day before I start jumping in heavy. Oh yeah, I'm with you 100%, Adam. It feels like the whole day has passed, and it's just only about 15 minutes. It's just crazy, right? Yeah, the shorts are exerting themselves here. I mean, ultimately, the 200 needs to hold here. I mean, they're playing the double bottom card. At least they're trying to show a double bottom. But it's just one of those things. I don't trust these kind of things like that. I mean, like, and they literally just ticked it one tick below and rallied. So that could be a solid one here. Yeah, it could be a solid one. Let's see. They really need to hold it. I'm not gonna jump in front of nothing. The best trade is patience. Yeah, watch them flush this market now. See that? Well, see that's it right there. They gave the impression of a double bottom, and then ran it down. All right. Well, that's what patient does is gets you to see more of the price action, so we don't fall for that kind of garbage. Flush it, flush it. That's fine. The best trades sometimes are the trades that you don't take. Those are the best trades. That's not even 9 o'clock. All right. So two things are happening. One is we got a follow through on the 200 into Rinko. We're at target number 5. So the market is flushed all the stops right below the perceived double bottom, and now they're rallying back up. So that's good sign. That is a good sign. We're above target number five, which is really a strong signal. So we need to start really getting kind of ready for buying interest here. I mean, ultimately, the 260 is a target. 3 minutes to the top of the hour. 'All right. So what do we see here? What is the market telling me? Market's telling me they flipped the 200 NT Rinko. Well, guess what? That's a negative behavior. I'm not gonna jump in here. I mean, there is some short behavior. Uh, if we run up to that 60, then come and reverse to the 40, then that could be, not could be, but that's a signal to go short. So we'll see. I mean, if the market flips the 184, then that is a good sign that the market is stabilized. I'm gonna let the market do what the market wants to do. It's only 9 o'clock on a Saturday. We have two trades, both are profitable. I'm not gonna get cute with this market. Here we go. Let me see this. I'll take another shot at. Nope, they did not film me. That would have been a good one. Let's see if I can get in. All right, no. All right, so we're not gonna touch this thing. Yep, we're gonna leave it alone. Buyers are stepping in. So the idea was to get in filled at 42 and make 10 points plus break even. And you're getting a lot of noise going on here. So what happened if we close above 60? That will be a bit of a buy. We're probably going to see a bigger a push to 200 if we get that close above 60. I'm going to put an order to go long at 60. Let me just make sure that I got the level right. 61 and a half actually. 61 and a half, so we're going to go 62. All right, so if this next candle on the 100 NT wrinkle closes at 61 and a half, 62, I will take a shot at it. If we break below the 109, I'm canceling my order. Yep, and canceling that order. Nothing to do here. Okay, they're putting a captain setup long here. Let's see if they hold it. Basically, ultimately, 75 needs to hold. Yeah, we're playing around the whole number here. If we break above that oh 05, I'll go long, and that's a fade, and I'm gonna stay at 200. I mean, two contracts, and obviously did not. Shorts are still in charge. You got a 50 NT Rinko captain setup short. So yeah, I mean, basically all the signals that I'm seeing here are just short signals. I'm gonna be patient. Yep, 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 yep. See that captain setup short right here? I mean, it's surprising that it's two of them that happen. One happened right here, and that's the second one. And here comes a flush. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a combination of all of them. A combination of all these charts are telling us, similar things in different ways. But I mean, that was beautiful right there. Short, retest, retest, short, signal, 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 signal. Even that one was a signal right there. Market is just short across the board. We are hitting that 14,000. Well, is the market gonna go to zero here? I mean, what are we dealing with? From a long-term perspective, I gotta say one thing. You always buy the fear and you sell the greed. And you are witnessing fear. Make sure that you take breaks while you're watching this market, like every half an hour, at least 5 minutes. Get away from the screen because the heavy emotional price action tend to seep into your psyche if you're not disconnecting from time to time. I'm going to take a small trade here. All right. All right. Okay, so that was a stop before it ran up. All right, so it's not stable here around that 14,000. So I'm just gonna chill out and let me see here. I took a couple of stops right here and right here. So we're down a couple of grand, and let's just keep working. I was testing the 14,000 just to see if we're gonna hold, and we are gonna just be patient and wait some more. All right, guys. So good morning, Yanis. How are you? All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We should hit target number four in this sequence, right? It's a captain setup on the 100 NT Rinko right here. So that's what got me in right around that 23, and the market stabilized after flushing everybody multiple times. So it's time to go. Let's go. Took a couple of small stops along the way, trying to get a sense of what this market is all about. Now it's time for you gotta break that 100. Obviously, I'm gonna add to this trade, but let's just see what how they handle the 100 first. So I have zero risk going on in this trade right now. 50. Okay, I guess I could get 50. So I added. I'm gonna go break even on everything here. So it's not like I'm gonna take. All right, so that's good. That's good. That's what I want to see. I gotta flush it here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Guess what I'm gonna do? Sell it back to you for a profit, and wait for another ad. And here we go. Exactly the way it's supposed to work. Target number three. Thank you. That's the way it's supposed to work. So on that decision, I made 4,400 on five contracts. So we're up 24.36. Not an easy day. I mean, I just tried to keep it as light as possible into these moves. And, we got stopped out a couple of times, but we figured out what they're doing. And we capitalized on them. We made a big old chunk of change on small amount of contracts. So let's work. Hey, Hadid, the man. Where you been? Where you been? The room misses you. Sheila, how are we doing? So here we go. So in ES, where we had rotation from one to, I figured as much. You got a lot on your hand. So we got that inch on ES. The market shifted here, came in, flushed it one more time, reversed, and then you start having one through three that stabilized. Now four and five, and the market is just gonna fade a little bit here. That's what we're gonna probably experience, a little bit of fading. All right. Let's see if we can get into another decision. Yeah, that exit was spot on. Let's see if they're gonna probably rotate back in here. So what are we looking for? I mean, the captain setups. I need to see captain setups. I need to see, the 20 NT wrinkle holding on. I think at this point I'm gonna move my sizing to 5 contracts at a time and play that game with 5 contracts. We'll build up a small cushion, and I want to see if we can get that cushion to be a big day. Yeah, here we go. So that's it's telling me that the market is going to go to 200, 14,200. That's where we're heading to. So I'm going to look for pullbacks with that target in mind. The market just did a switch trade right here. That doesn't mean you jump in anywhere. It just means, let me see, one, two, three, four, five. Okay, that means that we just need to be conscious that the market is stable here, and the bids are showing up. Cryptocurrency market stabilizing as well. So in a market like this, the counter trends can be very volatile, like very pronounced. Larry, good morning. How are you? Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Basically, we want to see the price jump back up to 120. If we do that, then that will set the stage uh, up for a continuation back to that high of that rotation at 150, then a breakout that will take us to 60, 80. Then we're going to look for stability into run up to like this exactly. Here you go. Literally, here you go. All right, let's see what we're going to do with that one. $22. Okay. Yep. I was trying to get in there. Oh boy, yeah, they missed my order by 2 ticks. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel this order and review it. You can see there's a little bit of volatility here, but the idea is definitely long, and 200 is the target as we speak. And boom, I just don't chase. I'm not chasing nothing. Uh, the orders need to come to me. So the odds are they're going to play around this level for a little bit here. Yeah. So the odds are we're gonna go back down and retouch that whole number. I'm gonna be patient. What am I looking for? I mean, let's just ask that question again. I'm looking for the 200, excuse me, and the 100 NT Rinko to be in the same direction. What would that mean? That mean we continue to trade and the candle is still an up candle in the 200, and I need to see the market come back up to 40, 50, or in this case 35.75 because the price readjusted. 35.75. Okay, so when that happens, then I'm still engaged on the long side, and that will actually be an inception trade long on the 200 on the 100 NT Rinko. So if that scenario presents itself, then I am, you know, okay. So it just changed. See that candle closing on the 200? So the rallies right now, I'm not too excited about getting long anymore because I need both of these things to be in sync, and they're not. And when the market is out of sync like this, where one chart is doing one thing and the other chart is doing another thing, that's where I will say, okay, let me be patient. Let me just wait. I mean, they may run it back up, and that would be huge. That would be huge. If they break the 60, 66, 67, that'd be huge. I mean, I'll wait for that to happen. But the odds now are in favor of the shorts again, and it's been changing back and forth, back and forth. So I'm a patient man, and I will wait. So Larry, like in rotations like this, when we're seeing the market do what we're discussed, it's like, all right, hey, listen, from 20 all the way to 60, you got 40 points. You need to operate within that range, and pocket some money and go to break even, just in case they rotate it lower again. So I mean, if we got filled at that 2023, we would have gotten that 64 or close to it. But that's the premise here. Just wait for the market to get in sync. So here they put a captain setup, failed it, and came back. So here this rotation is the catalyst for this run. And what are we dealing with here? I mean, the 68. I mean, you break the 68. Congratulations. I mean, that is a sign of strength on the long side. And we would like to participate with them at that point. And pullbacks are buyable if that happens. And the stop on that rotation would be the 88. And what I'm noticing, see this behavior right here, that's a grindy price behavior. And that what tells me is every little dip the market, they're coming and buying it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they flush it one more time, then rally hard. So like right here, I mean they could take it to 2015. comes. Well, they came and got me on that one. Okay. All right. So that trade cost me that, and we're up 1,700 for the day, and they just keep operating. So yeah, that was a bit of a fade, I know, and the 200 and the 100 is still out of sync. So I'm not gonna get long in this again. I'll just want them to get in sync again. I mean, if they're in sync on the short side, I could take trades there, but I need to see. I want to see more. I want to see more. Not an easy day to trade. Be honest with you. Like you're it's a minefield. Oh damn. That's why you got to take your stops. Yeah, don't get stubborn with these stops. Take them, and say thank you. Because imagine if I'm sitting here trying to work that trade out, adding here, adding here, adding here, adding here. Yeah, it may come back. It may never come back. You don't know. You have no control at that point. You got to take your stops up there. Small stop. Life is good. You're still making money, and look for the next setup. Don't get stubborn. All right, I flatted that trade. It's a short, but they're noisy here. I don't want to get involved in this noise. I mean, look at this. It's very noisy. Potential captain set up long on the 100 NT Rinko at 59. All right, here we go. I'll take one if I can get it, and I'll add to it. Oh, come on. All right, so let's see if I can get back in. Putting the captain setup. There's a little bit of disconnection between the 200 and the 100, but there's a captain setup long on the 100, so I'm looking for a long. Yes, that's the one. All right, that's a long, and that is a cancellation. All right, market is running. So 167, 137. So we're up 1687. Let's just keep working. So now what do we have? 200 NT Rinko is switched, and we have a captain set up long. We have a higher low on price action with two captain setups, one here and one there. I am looking to get long. I'm looking to get long on pullbacks. I just need a low risk entry with a high reward potential. So how would that look like? We just need to see it. I mean, like if we could pull back a couple of candles in reverse on the 100 NT Rinko and or see, formation on the 200. Yeah, look at this bad boy. I think this is it for the day, man. I really do. I think this low is going to be the critical low for the day. 14,010 is the low. It's the higher low from the prior behavior, and it's a captain setup. So you're getting a double captain setup. Double bottom here after flushing. They attempted to come and take everybody out again, and they couldn't. So this level right here is the area in which we need to protect. The 200 is long, the 100 is long. So I should be looking for longs. And we were looking right here at that 60, 61. We did not get filled, but ultimately that's what we're trying to accomplish here. Good morning, Omer. Chima, how are you, buddy? One solid trade and we'll just call it a day. I'm playing low ball with this game just because the intense volatility that we're experiencing. So I want to manage my risk tightly in this kind of environment because you could see yourself, down 100 points in no time. And at the same way, I'd like to think of myself as being up 100 points in no time. And obviously, that last trade that we did, we made 4 grand off of. I mean, that's just the way it worked. We need another one of those to round out the day. Hey, Frida, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming, Frida. The market is just stabilizing, and we are looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. And good lord. Oh, they only filled me like one contract out of that. I had five sitting there. That could have been it right there. Wow. Okay, let's just get going. Let's just get going here. Let me see. Okay, that's good. That's good. Try to flush. So that was yeah. See that? They're taking it deep. They're taking it deep, and that's a five contract trade too. I gotta take it. I gotta take it. Okay, so this is a moment of truth in a way for the market. They're putting a captain setup short here. So they put a captain setup long, they put a captain setup short. All right. Puts me in a holding pattern. That's just a nasty market. Potential captain setup switch trade on the 100 into Rinko here. I mean, that's just right here, just happened. So rallies, well, I mean, they're flushing this bad boy. Captain setup switch trade on the 100 into Rinko at 36. So the stops are 76 half and looking for rotations short. So I mean, there's more sellers. I mean, I can't. It is what it is. In order for the market to hit 200, we had to kind of protect that low at 84 half, and the market just simply did not. And they put on a captain setup short at the same time. So it's another rotation lower. As long as the 200 and the 100 are in sync in one direction, that's the direction I have to kind of think of, or stay on the sideline. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna outsmart or outspend the market. It's simple as that. A rally back up to 54 and a quarter will put on a captain setup switch trade on the 50 into Rinko. 53 75, 53.75. Okay, that didn't happen. So shorts are still in charge here. All right, so they put a captain setup long right here and a captain setup short here. So they moved it here and they moved it there. So that tells me that the market is consolidating around this range. So a potential of closing this candle at 59. Oh, they're gonna get me. They're gonna get me again. All right, I took a small stop. All right, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna have to take a break here. This is 10:10. Okay. Yeah, ultimately the longs are just the signals on the long are just too weak. It's just too weak. Now they're flushing it again. So what we want to see here is a 61 break, and that will line up the 200 with the 100, and then we'll start looking for a potential buy-in opportunity on pullbacks. So we need to break the 61 first. Right now we're just experiencing a lot of noise, and I'm holding back, and it's a noise around a whole number, 14,000. So they're coming, tagging it, showing a breakdown, then coming and pulling it back up. So that's going to be a whole lot of noise that's going to happen in and around here, and I want to be patient through that. I want the next decision I make to be the highest quality decision. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to get everything lined up. Man, I mean they're probably going to push it negative 500 points on the day. I feel like I mean I just have to kind of look at my results for the day and look at the trades. I'm trying to get along. I'm trying to get into the reversal fade. And ultimately, just the market is so short, and that behavior is not the dominant behavior, the reversal behavior. So I'm seeing myself, taking small stops. Then once I hit the long correctly, I'm making a lot of money. So I'm continuing to look for it. And I think I should be. So okay, so I'm down $1,300. It's nothing in comparison to the risk and the amount of contracts that I'm taking. But as a behavior, I'm re-examining my thought process here, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm better off not trying to do this. Like, I literally have to wait. Like, whenever I waited for the 200 and the 100 to kind of get in sync, and then the pullback, that paid. When I try to anticipate it, sometimes it's just not. I'm getting small stops, but they add up. So I gotta see a couple of things happen. One, a 60 close, and then a pullback that reasserts itself. And if that happens, then okay, we have a good reason to go and fade. But otherwise, this market is just literally grinding lower. So either I need to be on the sideline, or look for that type of behavior to show itself and show its hand. And then you have this captain setup short on the 100 NT wrinkle that we have to go through, and that's going to take some work too. So the longs have a lot of work ahead of them, including breaking the 150. All right, we have about a half an hour to the top, to 11 o'clock. Yeah, the process of building a bottom is nasty, and that's what you're seeing right here. The market keeps bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. And I mean, let's just revisit the daily here. Yeah, I mean, stuff like this. Whenever you see stuff like that, that's just okay. Just take it. It's a parabolic price action. This is a major stop destruction, and they're grabbing all the stops under that low in October and flushing everybody. And as the day progresses, if we start seeing stability in the form of the 200 and the 100 are in sync, the odds of a reversal is really high, because this is an exhaustive behavior. Like they're really shoving it down to the point where it's taking the majority of the stops out and inducing so much fear in people. And typically that is closer to a bottom than a continuation pattern. But the problem is you can't really. The only way you could, like, if you really want to know where this is going to stop, you have to buy and keep buying and buying and buying. And just from the risk perspective, is not an optimal way to do this. So what I'm going to do is just wait for the 200 and the 100 to line up, and I'll start participating at that point. I'm not going to go ahead of it, because obviously every time I tried to go ahead of it, I ended up giving a little bit of money back. Long, 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 long. So just let's wait and see. It may be after lunch hour. I mean, we don't know exactly when they're gonna do this, but at some point they are gonna put a stop to this selling pressure and turn and flip this market and start running back up. I guess the market could always prove me wrong, but that's some nasty shit though. Damn, look at that. Wow. But look at that from the perspective. Double top, Kim broke that channel, established that channel, and he's just been cliff diving. They've been cliff diving. Always buy the fear and sell the greed from investment perspective. And there is a lot of fear in the market. All right, they put a captain set up switch trade on the 50 NT Rinko. Came and almost stopped it out before flipping down. So more selling coming through here. So let's take a look at this here. You break the 22, then there's a good potential for a reversal, and but they're not even remotely doing that right now. They keep running it up and reversing. So that's still a short behavior, and we may flush the lows. We are flushing the lows. There you go. We can't argue with the market. We're down 400 whew, baby, 290. Jesus Christ, 290 points, 200. I mean 490 points on Nasdaq. Protect yourself at all times. That's very true, Adam. That's very true. So it's throwing a lot of people by surprise, and most people don't know how to manage risk whenever the dip is not buyable anymore. Go figure, huh? Buy the dip, buy the dip. And what happened when the dip is keeps on dipping? You got to manage risk. You got to you got to figure out how to take the least amount of stop. And what's happening? So that's just since the beginning of the year. The last week or so we're just back and forth, but ultimately it's not about a day or a week. It's about a trend in behavior. So I keep selling it, and trust me, that well, I mean, trust me, is you gotta position yourself where you're making money, and when you're losing, you're not losing as much. So if I lose 2 grand, a grand, couple of grand, 3 grand, 10 grand. That's that's just in the big scheme of things. You think we're gonna go to war? I just don't think so. I mean, the market's factoring us going to war, but I don't think that it's not in the it's a lot of posturing, a lot of possible. Well, the market is factoring it as if we are going to. Well, I mean, they're factoring two things: inflation, and not inflation, but what you call it, the interest rate hike the Feds are talking about, and also they are factoring in a potential escalation in Europe. So if if things slow down in Russia and Ukraine, and it looks like things are not gonna actually end up in a shooting war, I think you're gonna get a huge bounce in the market. So make sure you keep your powder dry for that day. I mean, people always. I mean, it always surprises me how like literally the market is factoring the end of the world. It's trying to at least. It's extreme fear. If everybody thinks one thing, I guarantee you the best play is the exact opposite thinking of the majority of people. But all what we're talking about is opinions. The only thing that matters to me is what's exactly right in front of me. Capitulation, some people say. We're down 500 points, 530, 40 points. Nasty. And you know what the funny thing is, you're looking at crypto holding up. The crypto market is holding up. Like, relatively speaking, it looks like it's just already too exhausted to go further down. So that's interesting. Any guesses where we're going to close today? What's going on, Gary? Let me see here. You had a good day? Let's see what kind of day you have here. Oh, shit. You're up 60 grand, 68 grand. Well, I mean, I don't need to bring it up. Just people want to see it, they can click on it. Mr. Gary is having a good day. He's trying to share it with us. Good for you, buddy. I think he's up 68, but you're a wild man. What was your man? What was your biggest contract size? I'm sure you were trying to get short. You probably got short 40, 47. No, you probably went heavier than that. So what is that? So you're 80 contracts in. Okay, all right, that's good. Well, yeah, you need size to get that kind of money. But good job, good job. if anybody played the shorts and played it with size, you made money today. Yeah, one time 120. Here we go. The truth comes out. I knew you traded more than that. I know you too well. But hey, man, it takes a little bit of guts, and you have to have the capital, and you have to go for it. But good job, man. 68 grand is 68 grand. This is the kind of market that you thrive in anyway. It's directional like that. Ooh. We have a bromance going on, Adam? All right, so let's talk markets. Nice little flush. Uh, Market is just trying to hold up here. All right. We may are positioning ourselves for a counter trend here. I mean, every time you say it, they bring it down and slam it. So what are we looking for? A close above 913. That's the first thing. Then we are looking for a pullback in the 100 or the 50, and then a reversal of that candle. So basically, what we're looking for is this. Here we go. All right, 13. So here we go. So they closed it and they closed it here. So if they pull this back and then give us another rotation back up with a close of the 100 NT Rinko, then that would be the optimal way for us to start engaging in the market. Now, if that doesn't happen and they continue to rally this market higher and higher and higher, then I have to come into the 20 NT Rinko and look for entry points on pullbacks to the middle of the range or signals in the form of captain setup and captain setup switch trades and things like that. So now at least the market it like flushed everybody and you're getting signs that some of the buyers are stepping back in. So we can come in and play that game for a little bit, but we have to be careful. So we're target number 4 is 924. Target number 5 is 951. Yeah, the expectation here is to see the cryptocurrency market to start rallying because through this last flush in all the indices, you had a very unusual pause in the big ones, Ethereum's, Bitcoin. They were not selling off. The sell-off was not accelerating either. That was ongoing in crypto. So you're getting that stability in the crypto market, and now you have that flush and a bit of a reversal in the indices. I mean, let's not make any bones about this. The process of stabilizing the indices is going to be a choppy one where they run it up, bring it back in, making higher lows and things like that. We want to be conscious of that, but that's just the state of the market right now. Is cryptocurrency stable, and you have a flush in the indices and a counter move. Even if I'm deciding to if I'm a short guy and I'm gonna say, hey, listen, let's just go short. I need a run up to the 14,015, take it to the 44, and then reverse, because that would be the retest of this declining move that we're seeing. So from now till then, there is a bit of a room for the longs to show some strength, and I'll watch it. I'll watch it, and I'll be looking for. Here we go. See, that's that type of behavior. That's literally almost like a V recovery. The early signs of a V recovery. Let's see it. Hmm. All right. We typically, kind of finish the morning session in and around this time, but the market is so active, and there's a lot of people in the room, and we're gonna see if we can stick around for a little bit here and see if we can put on a trade. Ultimately, longs need to break 934 half. If they don't do that, we're gonna hit 800 in no time. That's what we're dealing with right now. So you got the 100 NT wrinkle and the 200 NT wrinkle are in sync on the short side. And let's see what we can do here. I slowed down my trading a lot just to kind of get back in sync with what I'm seeing. Let's see if they stabilize it here. They put a captain setup switch trade on the 12 NT wrinkle right here at that 70, and they come and retested it. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, guys. I mean, this is the flush. I attempted it one more time right here on a higher low, and I got stopped out. Made a little bit of money here, lost a little bit of money there, and it's a nasty one. It's a nasty one. But this is the kind of behavior that eventually will plateau, and it will be. This is a capitulation type of price action. I mean, they're factoring in an Armageddon and World War III and everything else in between. So enjoy the ride, but eventually, I think we'll get into. I mean, we're at 700 on Nasdaq. We're down 700 points. That's some crazy stuff. All right. That's what I'm doing right here is buying the pullbacks and selling into the rallies after the 100 NT wrinkle and the 200 wrinkle NT wrinkle are in sync. So I'm looking to add some more in this rotation. So every little dip that I'm seeing here, I'm jumping in and adding, and I have a good cost basis to what's remaining in this trade. So here we go. We're gonna add some more into the bottom end of the cloud, and we're looking for price stability here for a run up. Let's see if I can get back up to that above the 800. 800 is an issue. Here it comes. Thank you. Thank you. Here it comes. And we are ripping to 50. We're going to be ripping to 50, so I need to hold on. So try to hold on as much as you can in this rotation. Adding, and let's go. All right, sold that. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, baby. Let's keep going. All right, let's pie back. And I'm going break even. At this current time, I'm not taking any more risk. I want that to hold. If it holds, then I'm in good shape. And let's actually put on a legitimate stop. 72. Oh, 72. Oh, that's exactly where I need to be. So that's perfect. I will stay here, not add to it. I want to see a break above 15. If we break above 15, then that positions me to uh, a run up, and we should have it. So that trade so far has made me 20 grand, and I'm up 15,000 for the day. And I still have more to go. All these small stops, it just, you figure out exactly where the market is at, then it's time to go. So let's go. Yeah, that's nasty right here. But 70 is 70. I'll take my +2 on +4. Yeah, yeah, they're gonna come and get it, bastards. Here we go. That's fine. That is it. That is it. Okay, look what they just did on the 100 NT Rinko. They put on a captain setup short right here. So that was my stop. Like if they do that, then that takes me out of the idea of a long anymore. Oh man, that was a little bit stressful, right? I had to kind of get quiet. So yeah, okay. So ultimately, on that decision, we ended up making about 20 grand. So we're up 16. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Yeah, the captain. It was a captain. It's a captain setup, Gary. I should be short, actually. Be honest with you, but the longs are starting to really perk up. So I just don't want to go against him, especially after we're down 700 points on Nasdaq. I'm going to be patient a little bit here. 817 is a critical level for the longs. They need to break it, or otherwise, this thing is just going to sell off. I would be very careful, Gary. Be very, very careful here because they will flip this thing to the whole number in a hurry. So just gonna keep it a tight here. We're putting the captain setup short on the 12 in Turinko. So 74 is the resistance right here for anybody who's short. Here comes that flip. So I'm telling you, just be very, very careful here. Captain setup switch trade on the 50 in and the 100 in Turinko. And I'm looking for a rundown into the 50s. Okay. Here it comes. Come on. Yeah, this is nasty. I'm out. That's not the behavior I'm looking for. It's not the behavior I'm looking for. So I'm gonna see if I can get back in at a better price. 800 is gonna be a critical level for any short in this rotation. I mean, they're doing all the right things here, but nope, 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 nope. I knew it. I knew it. Here we go. Yep, that's they flipped a switch trade. Rally they go. Rally they go. Yeah, rally they go. So boom. So you make 19 grand, and you give him back 700 bucks, 800 bucks. That's the kind of trade I like. So what got me out of it quickly, because the expectation here is to have a flush that's sit. I mean, that you missed a big trade. How did you miss that trade, buddy? I thought you were all up in it. All right, so right here they put a captain sub switch trade and they flipped it, and when they started to sell off, that was we needed to break that 50, and the fact that we didn't, that's what got me out. I was like, okay, well, there's something wrong here. All right, let's keep playing. Let's keep playing the game. Let's keep playing the game. The 200 into Rinko is positive. The 100 into Rinko is positive. We're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. Let's rock and roll. Let's make that big bucks. All right, guys. So this is the catalyst for the remainder of the day. Is right here, this level right here. The minute the market did this, it's literally put a captain setup switch trade short, which the expectation is to see that 50 and lower, and we got short there. And the fact that they flipped it and closed it, that zone for the remainder of the day is going to be the big support. And any rally, any pullback is measured against it, and you can hold on to 950, 400 off of this deal here. But I mean, obviously, you got to buy correctly. You have to buy on pullbacks, and you have to buy on triggers and actual signals. But the structure of the market right now is flipping to the upside.